sailed for Istria, the northern coast of Croatia. Istria has a long history. It was the second most important region of the Roman Empire after Rome, producing wines and olive oil, and the Roman heritage is very apparent in this area.
Rovinj. Phil.
Nice to meet you. Be careful.
Roland. Roderick and Roland.
L. I.
Would you like to join us for Nelly? What do we have?
So we are in Umag, the port of entry for Croatia, the furthest northern port of significance in Croatia. Now, general etiquette is that you then put up a courtesy flag for the country you're in. So I'm just doing that right now, and that's it. This morning we need to go to the harbour master and get our Croatian cruising permit. So while we're waiting for them to open up in about an hour, I am now just checking the weather to see and plan ahead how we're going to get from Umag to Rovinj, which is about 20 nautical miles down the coast. We are using Predict Wind, which is the same forecasting and routing application used by the Volvo Ocean Race yachts. It provides us with all the information we need: wind speed and direction, swell, rain, for today's passage, and the forecast for the next week to allow us to plan out our next 7 days.
So the old joke in Switzerland, if you want to be a real Boy Scout, you always have to carry a small piece of rope, a light and a knife with you, so that you always prepared. So.
Look at that.
Okay, so next time we see you, remember, barbecue on our boat.
We remember.
Yeah.
So, I had the best night for the whole time we've been on the boat. It's on your wheel.
I hope you get better ones.
That was great. Just sending us the recipe. Okay, we've got a cruising permit and we paid the tax, so all good. So paperwork we needed for all you folks who are coming to Croatia: we needed our boat registration, we needed our international certificate of competence to show that we know how to sail, we needed our insurance papers, and we needed our crew list. So all done, we're ready to go.
The town behind us is Rovinj or Rovinj, not absolutely sure, and we can't go ashore to find out because the marina is not happening at the moment. The whole area is being reconstructed. You can't see, but over that way there's a heap of cranes. So we are going to continue south to Pula instead.
We're just north of Pula, and what you can see behind me is the island of Rovinj, which was the private residence of the dictator Tito, who ruled over Yugoslavia for many years. Once Tito passed away, then Croatia and Slovenia wanted their independence, and hence we had the Balkan War. The islands are highly exclusive still. The islands remain a national park, and what you can see over there is the highly expensive harbour. You're talking about 250 euros per night, so we're going to give that a miss and we're going to head across to Pula. So we've arrived in the harbour of Pula. As you can see, it's not the most beautiful town from the water, but it does have one thing going for it. It's got one of the few remaining colosseums built by the Romans.
And salt salad. And salt salad.
It's not every day you get to moor at the foot of a colosseum.
I want to go, like, I want to see somebody fighting a lion in the Colosseum.
Yeah, I think we missed that one by about 2,000 years. Pula was founded by the Illyrians around the 6th century BC, then eventually the Romans took it over.
We have already.
This is the Ampitheter in Pula. I'm going to do my very brief tour guide piece to tell you its story. So it was built in the 1st century AD. Underneath us here were where they kept cages of all sorts of animals, and basically the amphitheatre was where they staged bloodthirsty beast hunts. So the good news is that in the 5th century those sorts of activities were completely forbidden, which is when this place started to fall into disrepair and pretty much as you see now. Now it's used for what I think are much better uses. So there's concerts and also the Pula Film Festival that happens here. Hayden has just found a red spider and Phil is chilling out.
And I accidentally just killed it.
Oh, Hayden. Red spider.
The red spider.
Hayden's playing gladiator games, unfortunately.
No. Oh, there's another one, and another one, and another one.
Take care of them. Believe it or not, there's a gull nesting here on the steps. It looks a little bit hot and thirsty, but it doesn't seem too fazed by all of us.
So we've just come out of the amphitheatre and have come across this great little bar. What a fantastic spot to have a beer.
So we're here because we're going to be staying on our own, either anchoring or on moorings away from marinas. So we're going to stock up on all this fresh fruit and veg while we can.
Pula has put on quite a bit of a night show for us. So we're leaving Pula and the whole Istria peninsula behind us. We are about to start our island hopping. We've got to over the next 2 nights, hop across 2 islands before we get to Zadar in 3 days' time to pick up our mate Kalina. I am concerned about one thing as we head out to the islands is the wind called the Bora, a wind that comes from the north, comes off the mountains, gathers speed as it comes down and then gusts through down the canals and extends out all the way to the islands. It can get up to 40 knots, which is quite strong. So the wind's picked up, just like predicted we said it would, but it's also shifted on us, so we've managed to keep it on the same tack. The thing is, we've got these sharp little waves that are slamming the boat, so I need to actively steer through them to keep Tranquilo from slamming too much. The other thing is, we're just trying to get across the northern end of the island, because we know that if we went around the southern end, then we could funnel between two islands and really pick up badly, like we experienced once in Greece. I reckon it's a Bora building. The pressure has been increasing, and if it's a low of Italy, that shows the onset of a Bora. So we did get caught out by the start of the Bora. The wind picked up from 15 knots to 20 knots. So as that happened, we had to drop sails and are just now motoring into our secluded anchorage on Unije.
I wouldn't expect the fish to come. They probably think that I'm going to feed them. I
Bluefish.
think I live with the cold. Without a wetsuit on the fish.
The water's not as cold as Bondi icebergs in winter, but it's still a bit chilly, 80 degrees. Haha!
Refreshing.
A tad.
And are you going to test out your soccer ball to see if it floats?
Yeah.
All right, Dad. Ready?
Can you see if it floats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready, set,
Let's
go.
Oh, you just went. Yay!
There it floats.
It's... Ah!
So now that we're away from marinas, I thought I'd give our new Ability coffee maker a go. I've been planning on getting one of these for years, so when we first came through to Venice, I thought perfect occasion to get one. So I'm going to give it a go and see how the coffee tastes. Okay, so look, it's looking pretty good. Okay, first taste. That's not bad. So we've left to Unije and we're off to Pula's hotel further south. As you can see, it's getting a bit blowy today, so we've got our jackets on. We are going to head across and try and stay in the lee of islands to keep the wind down. We're in the lee of Slovenia. Further out, it was actually very choppy. We were essentially surfing down waves. Now that we're in the lee of the island, we've put the sails up. Now it's all nice and gentle downwind sailing. But one thing we've done is we've reefed in on the second reef, as they say. Reef in and reef early. Well, we've done exactly that. So even though we probably could let out second reef and go to first, we know that further out it's definitely going to pick up again once we're out of the lee of some of these islands.
That's good. We're now in the lee of an island, so the wind is on the other side. And I've just got autopilot on because the sea's dead calm. There's only 4.9 knots of wind, hardly any. It's really sunbaking weather and have a bit more breakfast weather. I didn't eat much this morning because I actually thought I might be a bit seasick with the big wind and the big seas, but it's turned into sunbaking weather. So we'll see what's ahead of us once we get past this island and we're in the wind a little bit more. We might want to put back a reef again. We'll see, we just have to go with the flow. Happy days. Aiden's doing distance education.
Not anymore, I'm done.
You've just finished, excellent. Phil is taking a little break.
So it looks like the Bora has dissipated. The clouds that were clinging to the top of the mountains on the horizon have broken up into large cumulus clouds. So I think the worst of the Bora is over.
That's how you say it.
Now the wind's dropped so much so that we've hoisted up the spinnaker. We've arrived at Pula's Zabuntel, which is a channel between the two islands of Ist and Molat. There are mooring buoys at Pula Zabuntel, but when we saw this really idyllic little spot just to the north of the passage, we thought we'd anchor, and for the first time use our trusty Rockner. What do you reckon?
Best spot yet. We're anchoring. So finally, not paying this ascent, a kuna to this place. Because in Croatia, even on the mooring buoys, they'll charge you half what you pay in the marina. This is our own little bay, no one else around, on anchor, it's just perfect. Ah, beautiful spot.
Look at all the sea cucumbers there.
Yep. They were fast, weren't they, Evan?
Forget about it.
Join us in our next episode where we sail to Croatia's natural wonderland, visiting World Heritage waterfalls and spectacular islands.
If you like this video, please click like below and subscribe to follow our adventures.
Tranquilo with the fishies.